All right, boys. Now we just got done with balance and eyesight. Let's move to some of the mechanical things we talked about. So, one of the key things we talked about was our load, which is related to a stride as well, right? So when I think about the easiest ways to describe a baseball swing, it is stance, load, stride, swing. There's a lot more to it, but for simplicity, that's where we're going to stay focused. So, if we want to hit the baseball harder and further, we have to have a stronger load. And the way I describe a load is simply stretching my body just like a rubber band so that when I release it, I've got a lot more power. So, the key things that we talked about were first, the load, right? Which is I'm going to take this back hip and just simply rotate around my back leg a little bit, okay? Best way to think about it is I want the pitcher to see this pocket. That's a good load. Notice how my head doesn't move. I need to still be able to see the baseball. So I'm here, pitcher's going through his windup, I'm getting ready through a load, okay? So again, think back pocket, show the pitcher my back pocket. From here, notice my head is stacked over my back leg. So as I load, back pocket is showing, my head hasn't moved, head, shoulders, hips, all over this back knee. Right as he releases, this is where the timing comes in. Your stride is really just a timing mechanism. So I'm staying loaded, I stride, and when this foot lands, that's pretty much when I go and swing, right? So for each of you, that's going to be a little different as to when you stride forward and start your swing. Also depends on how fast or how slow the pitcher is. But those are the two critical pieces that we talked about so that each of you can hit the ball harder and further, which is your load and your stride. So again, we're doing T work. You want to kind of break these down into slower parts so that in the game, it all goes together. So, doing my T work, let's go stance, feet, knees, hips. There's my good stance, right? Load, I'm just curling or coiling around this back leg. So I'm up, here we go. Coil, stride. Notice how everything is still over this back leg, right? What we don't want to do is do this, because then I got no power anymore. Everything is just coming forward and down. So I'm here, load, which is a coil, stride, and then into the net, right? So that's what your T work should look like at some point after you just kind of get warmed up, right? So that you are practicing game scenarios of good stance, good load, good stride, good swing, okay? So that is the load and the stride.